Right now, there's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of talk about what people want to do, but I believe if you build it, they will come.
Pan-African lifestyle.
Welcome to Pan-African Lifestyle, where we rep the motherland. We post content regularly and invite you to subscribe and share. If you're a pal, that's a Pan-African lifestyler.
There's agriculture, which is top of the list, investing in roads and infrastructure, but it's just a matter of how you're going to put a face on that, even to get Africans interested and get other network individuals interested outside of Africa. And that's where athletes and artists will be very impactful, I believe. If we had better roads throughout all of Africa, I think would change significantly. Roads, the infrastructure is a challenge. Because if you can't move easily, then you can't move goods. And if you can't move goods, then the GDP is going to be pretty much non-existent to challenged extremely, because there's no ability to get from one place to the other to move your goods for a market. So until that happens, it's not like you don't have the human resources there, or the people. It's not like you don't have the actual resources of iron ore. But if you can't move them just within the country, then the country is not going to thrive. You have to build it. You have to build something. You have to give them a beacon. Right now, there's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of talk about what people want to do, but I believe if you build it, they will come.
Provide a catalyst for African development, African growth, by focusing on commercially viable projects, infrastructure projects in Africa. Infrastructure drives growth, and if we focus on the big infrastructure projects, things like power, good roads, railways, then we'll be creating an enabling environment for entrepreneurs in other areas of endeavor, which are non-infrastructure. But I think, as with everything in life, you got to start from somewhere. And I think for us, infrastructure creates the right platform across the continent where we can then begin to drive investments in other areas and other entrepreneurs in other areas, non-infrastructure related.
What are we going to make of Africa over the next 50 years? And along the way, we want to also communicate a different message about what Africa represents. The creative ability is here, the vision is here, but there's a certain lack of confidence or working together, go about in Africa and make things better.
For too long, those resources have benefited everyone else except the continent. And even when it has, it's benefited the continent least and last. And there's now is the time to turn that around. You're talking about a continent that is in possession of over 50% of the natural resources on this planet. So if Africa is in good stead, it only stands to reason that it positively affects the globe, And it's a group effort. You can't just have finance people need creative people need organizational people and administrators and finance people. So we're all here together figuring out how to get started and to put some things in motion. The change is internal, and once Africa, and many people are already aware that the media stereotypes and archetypes that they commonly see are not the most dynamic view of the continent. True, there are dysfunctions and problems that exist, but they're unfairly emphasized in certain aspects of the media. There's a much more dynamic picture of what's really happening on the continent, and not just as a recent advent, but it's been happening for quite a while. It's an issue of self-sufficiency and focusing on how Africa can better benefit itself, because it's long benefited so many nations in the world in terms of its natural resources, its legacy, its history, its culture, its people. Now it's time to just make it a fair exchange, no robbery. And I think that once that happens and the focus starts to be on what Africa can do for itself and the world. So it's a unique opportunity in this space of time to be able to affect that type of change on the continent, and there's many talented and enthusiastic people who are, you know, willing and able to do it.
Thanks for tuning into Pan-African Lifestyle. Share your thoughts in the comments section and follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Pan-African Lifestyle to be inspired. For awesome PAL merch, check out panafricanlifestyle.com/shop. Keep repping the motherland.
Pan-African lifestyle.